April is Autism Awareness Month, and sometimes simple actions many of us take for granted can be the hardest to complete for those on the autism spectrum. One local mom, Westchester, just wanted to help her son get dressed on his own, and that goal grew into a business not only helping her son, but others like him. Lauren Terry is here with us to talk about it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So before we get to your clothing line, describe for us, before you started it, what was an average morning like for you and your son?
An average morning was pretty hellish, actually, because the whole object is to not dress your child with special needs. It's to help him, prompt him from far away, getting dressed all by themselves. What that meant was, no, Liam, that's on backwards, try again. No, Liam, can't do that. What really happened was, one day he came out of the men's room at a baseball game, and his jeans were halfway down his thighs. And people started screaming, "Perv, what are you doing? What's wrong with you?" And he was very flummoxed. He was only 13 years old, and he didn't know what was going on. And that was the day that I decided then and there, we've got to do something to change this. He can't dress on his own. I can't prompt him if he's in the men's room by himself. Mom's not going to be around forever. So we need to come up with a clothing line that can be put on foolproof, first time, every time, perfect.
And were you working in the TV business at the time?
I was actually in the documentary business at the time, and I just completed a documentary where I had been in the homes of 8 autism families, and I saw my son's challenges reflected in every single home I was in.
It's just tough to
So I said, this is not just me. This is not just my kid. In fact, there are 4.3 million people out there with autism, and there are 21.3 million people over the age of 3 who need help getting dressed every day, whether they have Alzheimer's, cerebral palsy, multiple sclerosis, you name it. They need help, and help is here.
And so now you have Independence Day clothing.
Yes.
How is it different?
Independence Day's clothing is different in that no matter how you put it on, it fits. In fact, we were saying it's really not just for the special needs community. We tried out, we've got 3 hungover college frat boys to get up every morning and to start putting this on, and here they are. And they figured out that it fits front back. It shows you that they can get dressed in under 30 seconds, which when you're trying to run to class, or you're just, you wake up and there's a pile of clothes on the floor and you've just got to pick the first thing that there's on the floor there to get dressed in, that's what they can do it. And we've also GPSed them to keep them safe. So this way we've got clothes that are foolproof for really the entire population. So whoever wants to get dressed fast and easy, we can do this.
And you brought some models with you.
I did. First we have Ariel, and Ariel is wearing a dress. And this dress looks pretty typical, and that's what we like about it. There's nothing special needsy about that, because that's what we wanted to get away from. We didn't want people to say, oh, look, medical wear, or oh, look, those baggy pants that those people have to wear. But this dress, no matter how she puts it on, front, back, you can turn around Ariel. The front is the back is the front. Also, the neckline is equally needed, so that when you pull it over your head, it doesn't matter. If you pull it on this way, that way, it's correct. The sleeves are bell sleeves, which means you have help getting your hands in. It means that you don't have to really push to get your hands inside those sleeves. Also, there are no scratchy tags anywhere on any of my clothes, so nothing that can really bum you out. And I think for some people on the spectrum, a scratchy tag can just ruin your whole day.
And this you can wear inside out, too?
You can wear inside out. Yep, you can show it's reversible, and no matter how, again, if that got thrown on the floor the night before and you've got to get up and you don't have time to figure out which side is the right side, throw it on. Each side is the right side.
Awesome. You look great.
Thank you.
And you have a boy here,
too. I do. We have a guy coming out here. And in fact, boys are 4 times as likely to be on the autism spectrum as girls. Boys, although they have just real basic stuff, it can be hard. These are cargo pants, and the crotch is equally needed. So no matter how he puts those pants on, the front is the front, the back is the back. There's no difference. We did design them in dark colors, so you can't see that there's a little bit of extra give in the crotch area there on both sides, but that's what we call our camouflage. Our compassion and our camouflage. Also, our pockets are on both sides, and so normally pockets go on, sort of in the front, but the pockets are on both sides, so they're right down the front, so you can't tell. The other thing that we wanted all kids to have was safety, and we have a GPS function with our clothing line, and that Jamie is holding up a GPS now. That weighs less than an ounce. It is very easy to put on, and we're going to ask Jamie to put it on the little hidden compartment in his shirt right now. And the reason that we're doing this is that too many people have said for years, oh, well, if I can't find my kid, I'll just put a big necklace around him, or a wristlet, or an anklet. A lot of kids with special needs have sensory issues, and it just doesn't work. They fidget with it. They don't want it on. I've seen kids chew through wristwatches.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. The other thing about it being hidden is that a predator doesn't know it's there.
Right.
And unfortunately, the special needs population is very often a target for theft and predators. Now, nobody needs to know it's there.
What's the age range and the price range on your clothes?
Okay, we are designing right now for tweens, teens, and young adults, but the outcry has been so vast that we are going back into production 4 months earlier than expected, and we're going to come out with toddler sizes all the way up to extra large. The average price for clothes is around $58, but don't forget, you get a free GPS, which is worth $149 with every purchase.
And made in the USA.
Made in New York City, USA.
And just lastly, what do you hope that people get out? It's not just about wearing the clothes for these kids.
not.
What do you hope that they get out of this
It's about
line?
their dignity, and it's the reason I call the company Independence Day. It's Independence Day for them because they can get dressed on their own. It's Independence Day for mom because mom just got 30 minutes of her own life back every morning.
Very true. Lauren, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And thank both of you, too, for coming in and modeling. Great job. And for more information on Independence Day clothing, you can head to our website, cbsnewyork.com. We'll be right back.